Well, good morning, everybody. We're here at the beautiful Sky Ranch Champions Rodeo Arena doing some barrel racing tips for y'all. Some things that Joe said that y'all had a lot of questions on the forum, so we're going to address some of those things and hopefully help some of y'all out today. One of the questions was about blanketing and when to blanket and when not to blanket and how to blanket. And we blanket our horses much like we prepare ourselves in that we do the layering system. And so right now Phoebe is in her cold weather gear, and she has, this is a Tough One blanket, and I like the neck piece on this blanket. And then underneath this blanket we've found over at 4T Tack and Ben Wheeler, we found kind of a slinky type of blanket. And the thing that I like about this blanket, or this sleazy, is that it's got that fuzzy lining on the inside of it. So when it gets to be below 40, this is the blanketing system that we use to keep Phoebe warm and to keep her slick and shiny. I do like for my horses to get just a little bit of hair because, you know, they are going to be exposed to some cold when we're competing. And so I do like them to have just a little bit of hair to give them some amount of protection from the wind. But here in this part of Texas, you know, we can have, like today, we're in the 30s. It got down into the teens last night. And then by next week, we could have temperatures up into the 70s. And so if we were to let her get a whole lot of hair and then try to compete on her with all that hair, then it takes a long time to get them cooled off if they get really hot when they have a lot of hair like that. And so this is the blanketing system that I like to use on Phoebe when it's below 40. Now, from about the 50 to 40 degree range, I feel like this is a little bit too much. And so what I'll do then is I'll keep this slinky on her, and I'll just add a light sheet. This is also from that Tough One. We've had real good luck with their blankets. They seem to hold up really well. We've had these for several years, a couple of years at least. And so we'll do this sheet, and I'll add just couldn't find the hoods with the lining in them. And so we'll just put this on her, and mostly it just kind of helps her stay clean and keeps that hair laying down and slick. And so that's what we'll do when it's about 50 to 40 degrees. Now from over that, we start putting a light sheet on them when it gets to about 60 degrees at night. That's when we start putting sheets on our horses. And we will just use the light sheet, the lighter sheet only for that. And so that is the system that we have kind of developed and used. And most of our horses that we use this system on, they stay about, hair-wise, about how old Phoebe is right here, with just a little bit of fuzz. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of that winter fuzz to her. So she has a little bit of protection there. But she doesn't have so much that if we get some really warm days, she'll get too hot with her hair. Another thing that we try to really do and pay attention to in the winter is water intake, because we feed Coastal to our horses year-round, and one of the issues that people have with Coastal is that it absorbs water in the gut. And so that's why it's important that you always make sure of your horse's water intake when you're feeding Coastal hay. I mean, we feed Coastal and alfalfa, but we keep Coastal in front of them all the time because horses are grazers, and it's better for them if they always have kind of something in their gut. It helps kind of with that nervous stomach issue. And so one of the things that we learned with Phoebe, it was almost an expensive lesson, but thank God we were at a place where there was a vet on site and we were able to get fluids in her quickly, was we learned that Phoebe does not like to drink water out of a bucket that has ice in it. She's not breaking ice. She ain't doing it. It ain't happening. So we learned with Phoebe that we need to keep a heated water bucket on hand with her, and it's in her stall at home, and we hang it up when it starts getting down into the 50s and keep it plugged in for her so that we can continue, or she will continue to want to drink water out of it. And when we travel, we make sure that we take that heated bucket with us so that she maintains that same desire to drink when we're traveling. She's got her bucket, and the water temperature can be regulated by the heated elements of the bucket, and we get those buckets at Tractor Supply. And another thing that we use a lot of when we're traveling is a product called OTC Jug, and this is an electrolyte paste that you can give, and we'll give like 20 cc's of this every day. Mostly at night, when we put them up in the stall at night, we'll give them 20 cc's of this, and that just helps them kind of stay a little bit thirsty where they want to drink. Sometimes, when you're traveling and horses will be a little more finicky about their feed, just putting the electrolytes on the feed, they may not be getting it, and so we keep a electrolyte paste on hand that we can administer easily to them when we're traveling. Another product that we use is this In the Zone from Animal Element, and we really like to use this product to help horses that have that nervous stomach, that go off their feet a little bit. One of the main ingredients in this is slippery elm, and so it just helps to coat those horses' stomach and settle the gas sometimes that they get as a result of nerves, and just helps them keep wanting to eat and that stomach settle down. And so this is our winterized program that we use to keep our horses happy and healthy.